I wondered when you would find me. Almost enough to make you believe in fate, isn't it? The woman I wore last time we danced wasn't as strong as this one. Perhaps I flatter myself to think I might offer a better challenge now. Sideus, the Crystal Weir. That is what this place was called once. Much more appropriate a name than Shardfall, don't you think? My people have lost their appreciation for language, it seems. So much has changed since I last walked the world. That was long ago, when I learned the only answers worth seeking lie in death, mortal. Death, and death alone. Oh, how delightful you are. Such youth, such naivete. I could just devour you. Like I did that poor gem cutter I found in here. One day, perhaps I'll do just that. For now, though, I must conclude our dialogue. My time is wearing thin, and I tire of your prattle. This body has served its purpose. Let's see if you've learned any new tricks since our last meeting. Don't.
If you learned what happened to my assistant, please let me know. Yeah, that's his ring all right. What a shame. He had real talent and a promising future. Here, take these. I made them for Donald. To help him in his pursuits of sage crafting. But perhaps you can put them to good use. Thank you again for bringing me word of what happened to Donald. I hope his soul can find some rest. I'll be here.
Most scholars just scratch at the surface of the magical anomalies in the Forsaken Plane. There's so much more for those willing to look deep.
Later then.
Lyria, light your way.
Curios, talismans, items of power.
Move along, citizen.
Good to see you, Docent.
Hello.
Ah, there you are. So you are the new initiate that has everyone talking. I heard how indispensable you were in stopping that necromancer in Melaglir. I am Erin Methneen. Savant Engar suggested that I congratulate you on what he estimated would be an inevitable victory, and that I give you this. Additionally, he requested that you meet him atop the mountain of Skycrown to the south. I have no idea why, but the note will likely explain further. Good luck! Shouldn't you be making your way to Skycrown? Shouldn't you be making your way shouldn't you be making your way to Skycrown?
Good day. Criathnock Thintri, the Fae call it. Sky-crowned mountain. It's beautiful, isn't it? Like stars across the night sky, the varied elements of magic arrange themselves throughout our world in different patterns. This place is a convergence of one such pattern, a focus of the energies of air and light. Exactly so. This place is to lightning what Aod is to fire, or Sadeus is to ice. Your power has grown so much in so short a time. It is astonishing, really. I am proud to have guided you this far. At first, I thought I could contain her, that I could keep her at bay. But I was vain. Her power is vast, and she is tireless. Ever since your initiation trial, she has been worming deeper into my mind. She made me wait until you arrived. I cannot fight her any longer, so I must try to end it here. Now run! Run!
Mage was clever. It took a great effort to break his mind, and at the last moment he sought to deny my victory. Unfortunately for you, he failed. Are you beginning to see the pattern, child? From flame and frost and storm I take my form. Who am I? How could you possibly understand the music that I move to? Does the hurricane explain to the reed why it roars? I am the hurricane, and you are nothing more than a reed, stubborn, unbent, and soon broken. I have eaten the fruit of Irminsul, the Tree King, and sown blood into the fields of Aesir Danon. I have sucked marrow from the bones of Irathi, and listened to the laments of dying stars. I am the Empyrean, the Dark-Hearted, the Lady of Sorrow and Dust. I will not bow to your will. Now die!
bows, talismans, items of power.
Keep the peace.
Good evening.
Yes? Good, you're back. As much as I'm dying to know what transpired atop Skycrown, that'll just need to wait until the Archsage is through with you. He requested you join him in his quarters, just around the corner down the hall. I wouldn't keep the Archsage waiting, Adept. With Savant Engar indisposed, running the day-to-day affairs of the chapter has fallen to me. In moments of solitude, I wonder, with recent events plaguing our mages so, will we survive these coming times? The city's facilities are suitable for our use, and certain parts of it are not without their charms.
Good evening. Joram Quintus of the Aesir chapter always has a
Greetings.
Greetings, Adept. At last. I had hoped you'd come sooner. The curse is strong. That you are here at all is a godsend. The creature that has stalked the minds of our savants, Nuala, Kadok, and Ethan. She is here. She has come for me, at last. She is the one that has stalked the minds of our greatest mages. But there is a more troubling history than that. Once I have been freed, there will be plenty of time to discuss her true nature. The possession she used on the savants you encountered, I tried to fend her off. Though I stand before you, The sorceress has begun usurping other parts of my mind. I retained a part of myself and made the glyph that took you here. When we met in Talarain, I knew then that Savant Inga was right about you. Maybe too right. It is more than chance, Adept, that has brought you into contact with this sorceress before. And it's more than luck, I think, that you survived each encounter. I am not the Archsage without cause. I had prepared myself for this manner of attack. It is how I can speak with you now. She is assuming control of my uncontrolled thoughts. I cannot venture out of this sanctum, lest I fall to her. You must thwart her plans. Take this, the true history of our order. It is the only help I can give you now. The sorceress has taken over some parts of my mind. They will be strong, magnified aspects of myself. Be wary. As the Archsage, I've trained myself to withstand attacks to my mind. Her previous attempts were weak, not as immediate as this. She does not target my conscious self now. She instead moves to conquer my repressed flaws, my misguided thoughts, and she will exploit them in time. As her previous attempts, she instead moves to conquer my repressed. There is more to our history than books and scrolls, but we must solve matters here first. Then I will answer all you ask. I have been following what has happened to the savants that conducted your initiation. Those poor souls. If this dark sorceress is done with them, she must have learned all she could. She must be near her goal. If you wish to return to my chambers in Rathir, I will accommodate you. But do not good. If we are swift, we should be able to break this curse before my mind is completely hers.
Persistent, aren't you? From ruins to mountaintops, even in the mind of your pathetic arch-sage, who, despite you standing here, has given up hope. In fact, right now he is trying to tell you it is useless to fight Ciara Sedanis. In all the minds I have seen, there have been none that carried such indifference as this arch-sage. Does he care about the wars that wage across his land? No. Does he care for the lives of his subordinates? Not in the slightest. He long ago surrendered to the inevitability of my return. Yes. I am the tyrant queen of the Dark Empyrean. The fools of the Scholia Arcana believe I was killed, but the Arch-Sage knows the truth. It is, perhaps, why he has surrendered all hope. He knows I cannot be defeated, only delayed. In all, does he long ago surrendered? I do. As does this arch-sage. Look at this man. He is a pawn of fate, completely surrendered to it. He has hidden this apathy from the world, but now, let it be seen. The demons of this man's mind are yours to contend with, child. And so my attempts to foster his indifference seem to have met their end. It does not matter. I have accomplished all I would have liked to. My freedom is guaranteed, so I can focus my attentions on you. You are my closest friend, after all. You served your purpose well. This body is the incarnation of the Archsage's goals and ideals. For all his aspirations, the man is a slave to his discipline. It is a pity. Had I the time to foster some of these ambitions, he would make a useful pawn, just like you. Do you not understand, child? It was your initiation that freed me. The magic of the spell could not find your potential, and so it chose the greatest power this world has ever known. Do you not... The magic of the spell could not find your potential. Yes, it is a tawdry thing, after all. But his goals and ideas are too delicious to leave alone. And all around us you can see the parts of himself he sacrificed, just to reach this pathetic level of power. Let us reawaken some of these cast-offs. I think they might enjoy it. You will
Well done, Adept. I no longer feel the prying of Sardanis on my mind. You have freed me of her. Thank you, Adept. By freeing me of her influence, I can distill for you those thoughts you have liberated. From my ambition, I can impart to you an indomitable resolve. From my indifference, I can craft a fearless impartiality. The choice is yours. From my indifference to ambition, you can gain a will. In many ways, they seem... From my indifference, I can impart to you a sense of fearlessness. To ambition, you can gain a will to strive for perfection. In many ways, they seem similar, but to you, the effects are disparate. I am the Archsage, but I am also a human. There were certain flaws of character that I had repressed. Sardanis intensified those flaws until they threatened to overcome me. By destroying them, you freed me of these flaws. I can give you the knowledge of this freedom. quality you certainly do not lack. But I think you will require every last ounce of our metal to see this through to the end. Now, are you prepared to leave? We have much ahead of us when we return to my quarters. Good. When we return, speak with me. The sorceress will not be suffered any longer.
Good evening.
Oh, is there something you need? Farewell. If you've come for that... lecture on spellbinding, then you're running a bit... Farewell.
I wouldn't keep the Archsage waiting, Adept.
Hello there. Good evening.
I am sure you have questions, and I shall do my best to answer them. First, let me say this. No adept in the history of the Scholia Arcana has earned the Savant's Ring more than you. Take it with my gratitude. Now prepare yourself. The time for suffering the predations of our enemy is at an end. It is our turn to strike. Dark times are upon us, Savant. The tragedies recently befallen our most powerful members speaks to a greater conspiracy at work. I should have acted sooner. I should have seen what was coming. I promise you this. I will do what is necessary to keep the Order from being destroyed, whatever the cost. Savant Ingar was a dear friend, and one of the Scholia Arcana's most powerful assets. His loss will be felt by all within the Order. There's little else we can do but summon her. It might seem foolish, but if we do not try here, we will surely fail later. It is time for you to learn the truth of our order, the truth of Sierra Sardanis, and the fall of the Dark Empyrean. Sierra Sardanis was never killed, Savant. She was imprisoned within the very stones of Rithia. Because of you, she has awakened, and though trapped, she has proven formidable. Now to destroy her, we must release her. When Ethan Engar cast the ritual for your initiation trial, he created a magic whose purpose was to conjure that which could challenge your potential. None could have anticipated that. To do so, the magic of the ritual would actually find Sardanis, buried deep within her prison. The smallest part of her consciousness was summoned into your trial. Once awakened, she began using the minds of those involved to craft her escape. The truth of the Scholia Arcana's founding, its true purpose, is a secret that has been passed down from Archsage to Archsage. We have many savants within our order, those supremely gifted in the arts of alchemy or sagecrafting or scholarship. But there is a reason that Archsages are chosen according to their mastery of war magic, because one day Sardanis will return, and one must be prepared to face her. Since her awakening, Sardanis has been reaching out from her prison and possessing mages within our order. Her goal was the creation of 3 elemental keys, the sun, storm, and frost stones that you hold now. We will use these keys exactly as Sardanis intended. We will free her, and I will kill her. The brilliant Savaladan Bloodgood led the founders to build the very grounds of the Scholia Arcana into a spell, the glyph that imprisons Sardanis. Let the magic guide you. Walk the grounds, and place each key with the appropriate founder, and the spell will be undone. When Sardanis is free, join me at the center of the glyph. She will emerge, and I shall make my stand. Good luck. Now is not the Good luck. Now is not the time for idle chatter, Savant. Battle is nearly upon us. Good luck. Weakening. Only one more key remains. I can feel the harmonies of the spell glyph unraveling. She is coming, Savant. Be ready. Why does she not reveal herself? No. Stay back. It's you must... Ah!
For so long, I have anticipated this moment. To savor the sweet taste of freedom, and to destroy the legacy of those that imprisoned me. And I owe it all to you. From the beginning, you've played your part with a bright perfection, each step in harmony with my will. Fool. So much potential. It is a pity I have to kill you now. Archsage. What silly titles you children use. That wretch would have been a servant in the Dark Empyrean. But rest assured, he is safe now. Deep within the very same spell that bound me, and he will rot there for all eternity. How eager you are! I'm the one who spent the last 7 centuries trapped within a prison. Very well. Until today, you've tasted but a glimmer of my power. Now behold the might of the Dark Empyrean! You are...
You have done what no other member of our order could. You have faced Ciara Sedanus and emerged victorious. After your trial of initiation, Jubal Calidus gave this to me. I realize now he meant for you to have it upon his death. The Scholia Arcana owes you everything, and are now yours to command, Archsage. A pleasure as always, Archsage.
Greetings, Art. Frankly, I don't know why they don't train us all to be...
When I heard of the Dark Empyrean, I thought it was but a myth. I'm only glad you were there to save us, What may I help you with today?
Ah, Adept Fell. She is one of my favorites. The woman saving her life was good form. Ah, Adept Fell. She is one of my favorites. The woman has a way of rubbing people the wrong way, but there is no better investigator among our rank and file. Saving her life was good form. I owe you one. Quite a stranger, Caddoc Reen. Never really got to know too much about him, beyond the fact that he was gifted in the arts of sagecrafting. For decades, I have studied the horrors unleashed upon the world by Sedanis and her Dark Empyrean. In slaying her, you have saved us all. Archsage, the entirety of the Scholia Arcana is forever in your debt. You're always welcome.
Dispelling is a skill that all adventurers, Scholia Arcana or no, should take to heart. Keep care of yourself.
Sage, I hope you haven't... I mean, I have yet to prepare my next lecture. I'll get right on it. Farewell. Oh, farewell.
Is there anything I can do to be of assistance, Archsage? Try not to explode yourself.
The ESA chapter is focused more on...
Many greetings, Archsage. What can I do for you? Until next time.
Archsage, I have many fine things in stock, should you care to peruse. Goodbye.
Good day. Mind your step.
Curios, talismans, items of power.
Now is not the time for further debate. Go, go. Save our sister across the sea.
Hey. You know, before, after fighting me, but now you've taken me this far. Welcome, Archsage.
We're so close. Hurry now. 1,000 times you could ask that question, and every time I would answer yes. Absolutely yes. But there is something terrible about arriving at a day you've been anticipating for years.
Pray to Lyria that fate is on our side. The ships are loading now for Melsen Shear. Are you ready to board? Right away.
Agarth, you know better than any of us how this will end. Why must we fight a war that you know we will not win?
You would still ask that, Talara, after all you've seen.
Until I get an answer, Fate Weaver. Until then.
Why do we fight? Because there is hope. Because only through battle can we break the chains that fate has forged.
Don't you see? We have been given a chance.
And though some of us will die, we will die knowing that our lives were finally our own. That we are no longer slaves to the whims of fate. Would you throw it away? Just for fear of another defeat? Not I. I will fight. And if I die knowing that I have made a choice. And this choice, for good or for ill, was my own.
A little nervous.
Another body. The next ship out of here is heading for Rathir. Suit yourself.
Tuatha are relentless. We get no peace here.
Come on, the commander's waiting for us. Commander O'Wyglen wants to talk before we leave. Witch Knight Malwyn and his forces bested me 10 years ago, and I've been preparing myself since then. If I'm not ready now, then I don't deserve another chance.
The great general is back, just like she promised. Another 10 years, and I might have started to doubt. Not exactly the heroes of legend, but you're a welcome sight nonetheless. We've been the front line of this war for the last decade. The fact that Mel Senshir still stands at all is a testament to all we've sacrificed. Cluricon is all swamp, jungle and death. Have you ever tried fighting an army in a place like this? It's hot, wet, and it always smells like something died, because something did. The General's army used to defend us, but that was before the Tuatha started summoning Niskaru to join them. Tilera's forces never stood a chance. Still, she blamed herself and went into exile. We could have used her here, but heroes only show up when you really need them, right? Those bastards keep squeezing us and squeezing us. Well, it's time for them to see what we mortals can do. When Mel Senshir was built, the Winter Fae weren't the friendliest of neighbors, but they were nothing like the Tuatha they've become. I was just a child before the siege started. I joined the army because I dreamed of becoming a hero like the great General Tilera. Funny thing, dreams. Likely you've come to see the fortress before it falls. I've seen her stand for the last 10 years, but the end, I think, has finally come. Our scouts report that the Tuatha are massing, and in their wake we've seen it. The Niskaru Lord, Baelor, has come for Mel Senshir at last. Indeed, they expect us to hide behind the walls of Mel Senshir. Instead, we'll rush the field and delay the Baelor's arrival. That leaves the Witch Knight. Malwyn is the commander of the Tuatha forces, and likely the one who has made a pact with the Baelor. You and Tilera will be part of an effort to kill him. If we can kill Witch Knight Malwyn, then the Baelor may run rampant in the field, and in the chaos we can rout the Tuatha. It is much to hope for, but that's the plan. The real mission goes to General Tilera and yourself. My place is with my brothers and sisters, on the ground and against the enemy. When you're ready, come meet me by the gates. We've hidden from these nightmares long enough. Now we must face them, and perhaps we'll live to see the morning. I want to go home.
In the early war, Tyne Delfric himself led us in battle. When the foe fell back, he handed the post
relentless.
to
You're getting a fair and morsel. How can we hold out against that? Pray to Illyria that fate is on our side. Greetings.
Make yourself useful.
Just another recruit.
I've heard the soldiers say that death walks the walls of Mel Senshir. Something tells me they're wrong. Death has only just arrived. Need to know something about Mel Senshir? I'm the one to ask. I've seen more of the soldiers that defend Mel Senshir than all of the officers 10 times over. They keep coming from Rathir, and I keep putting them into the ground. The city has been under siege for so long that we're starting to run out of places to put the bodies. Pretty soon, the boats that bring the new recruits over will have to take the broken bodies of the old back. First Sword Bronwyn Sen is a poet with a blade, though something tells me you're no stranger to a fight. I've been digging graves for the great general my whole life. She's a goddess of war, that one. The elite scout unit of Mel Senshir. Few love their work as much as they do.
Keep them coming!
Nothing like war to keep a gravedigger in business.
Keep them coming! The Tuatha are relentless. More blood for the wall.
The liberation of Mel Senshir is close.
You look a little nervous. Keep walking.
I don't care if the bartender's manning the ramparts. Someone has to have a drink for sale. Hey. Child, you can't hide a good battle from an old hero. I wouldn't have missed this for all the wine in the House of Ballads. It's been 20 years since I've had the honor of fighting by Talera's side. They used to call her the Lady of the Lance, and they will again if I'm any judge.
Last Tuatha I fought summoned a damn Niskaru. I've got plenty of supplies if you've got plenty of coin. I've lived in Mel Senshir all my life. Sold my first potion when I was no taller than a boggart. It was my home before the war started, and it will be my home long after, no matter the outcome. I met her once, back before the siege. She bought a pair of boots from me. Back again.
Just another recruit. Ah, the one who travels with Talera. Can I interest you in something? I'm just a traveling merchant. I take my wares where I can get the most profit. Don't get me wrong, I have nothing against the Alfar, but this war is great for business. The Great General, they call her. Haven't seen anything great yet. Another time, then.
What is Talera doing back here? Mel Senshir will be the last home you ever.
Welcome to the war, recruit. Need anything? I was not originally a sagecrafter, but war breeds necessity, and I learned quickly. This city used to be a gem to behold, but years of war have destroyed much of its beauty. She has always been an arrogant one. I, for one, think we could have chosen a better commander.
Give your armor to Tarek Smith for repairs, and he'll give it back better than new. I've been here almost a year. I guess you could call me a veteran at this. Before the war, I worked for one of the merchant houses in Rathir. I knew about how terrible the siege was when I arrived. My brother had told me. He was killed the day before I was drafted. She is the first sword, the greatest champion of the Alpha army. I hope they don't attack with troll. I cannot wait to face the Tuatha head-on. I just arrived myself. I was a chandler before I received my draft notice. A lot smaller than I was expecting. Of course, judging by the rubble, I suppose it used to be bigger. They are the hand-picked elite of the Alpha army. I'm hoping to prove myself worthy of joining their ranks.
You didn't think I'd miss this, did you?
A new recruit's expected lifespan is measured in days.
Look, sister. It is the one who fights beside Talera. Welcome to the battle, warrior. Historically, the First Sword is the greatest blade master of the Alpha army. I earned the title when I killed a Tuatha champion known as Zarastes. Since the Tuatha penned us here, Mel Senshir has become more than just our home. It is where we've made our stand. Talera is a great warrior. We are lucky that she has joined us for this next battle. My sister can be abrasive at times. Do not let her rough exterior fool you, though. None can forge a finer blade. Go with Lyria.
Ah, your hands are strong. Are you a student of the blade? I grew up with Bronwyn in Talera, so don't think that the only thing I can do with a blade is forge one. My sister. She has some skill with a blade, yes. Try not to make her angry. With both my sister and Talera here, the Tuatha stand no chance. You will see. For years, the Tuatha have sought to break down these walls, and for years, they have failed. Mel Senshir will never fall. Happy hunting.
Name's Tarek Smith. I'm the best armorer this side of the strait. If you need me to repair your gear, just say the word. I came here to join the fight, but with all the smithing that needs to be done, I haven't been able to escape the forge. The great general. She and the Census are old friends, you know. They grew up together in Arathel. The woman is a poet with a hammer. No one forges a finer. Her twin sister Bronwyn, his first sword. You don't even know what that means, do you? This is as good a place as any to die. Not that I plan on doing that just yet, mind you. Give them hell.
I hope you're ready for what lies ahead. The Fae of House Vengeance has always embraced their anger. Before Gadflow, they accepted it and controlled it. Now they wield it like a pair of swords. When mortals were welcomed into the Feylands, Vengeance already despised us as interlopers. When Gadflow declared war, they were already on his side. This is no time to make jokes. These people are scared, and your chances are slim, with or without that spear. Mel Senshia's fate was sealed long ago. You may be able to change that, but the Tuatha aren't taking any chances. Prepare to fight, and be ready to die. Be on your way.
Warsworn here means you're picked for the hardest, most dangerous...
The great general is back! Just like she promised. Another 10 years.
A few Tuatha must seem nothing to you after what you've seen. Every spare shield and blade from the Order's keeps come here. Here where death cries as endlessly as the ocean weaves.
I prefer the sanctuary of this place to the bustle of the square. There will be time enough for clamor when the battle starts. I am a warrior, nothing more. I go where I am told. I will spill blood with my company upon the shield wall until either I fall or no enemies remain. It is good to hear that she has returned. I know that in the coming battle she will be strong. Mel Senshier has been my home for 7 years of bitter struggle. As grateful as I am for the strength of its walls, I am eager for a new horizon.
The great general is back! Just like she promised. Another 10 years, and I might have started...